Hello everybody, I just solved the day 17 of Advent of Code 2023 and now I will try to use ChatGPT to solve it as well. So let's switch here to ChatGPT. I will take the problem description. I already pre-selected it, so I will copy it here. Please solve the following problem. Input file is attached. So I will give it my input file, which is here. So let's give it the file and let's see if it's able to solve this problem. Okay, it's using dynamic programming approach, which should be also valid. I was using Dijkstra algorithm, but this seems to be also applicable, or at least it should be also a valid solution. Although I think it should be tracking the number of steps it has done in that specific direction. So I'm not sure if this is enough. Yeah, that doesn't seem okay. Okay, that's, yeah, now it says it needs to correctly account for movement constraints. Okay, that's much better, I think. Okay, that seems okay again. So let's see. Well, I don't think that's the correct solution. In my case, the result was 1099. So let's see. This is correct. Okay, so let's see if it's able to figure it out. Just another try. Okay, now it's using a modified version of Dijkstra, which sounds fine because that's what I was using for this purpose. And on the surface, this seems okay, and then the result is actually correct. So now it has solved the first part of the problem. So let's try the part 2. Right, copy. Congratulations. Okay. So it's gonna revise the algorithm to apply the new constraints. So far, so good. I think it made similar, made a similar incorrect judgment here as I did, as it checks only when it reaches the final destination, but it doesn't check if the amount of steps for that point is at least the minimum one. So that might be problematic. Actually, a nice thing that I didn't realize when I was solving this, because you cannot. Well, yeah, you can have to because you cannot turn. You can basically go those 4 steps in a row in one loop, just to simplify the code, maybe. But okay, so this is not working so far. It seems that it's doing something correctly because it's not finding the path. I'm not sure what the problem is, but probably the handling of steps in the direction is not correct. So we'll see. (1019), and that is not correct. That's actually less than the first solution, so I don't think that's okay. This is incorrect. The result should be a high number. It should be 1266. So let's give it a second chance to solve this. And yes, what I think it didn't capture correctly is the fact that you have to reach the final destination with at least 4 steps done. So that's what it's not actually doing. So I will try to give it this hint as well. Maybe it will help. Still correct. Make sure. Okay, so let's just try again. But this is going to be the last chance for ChatGPT to solve it. So if it's not going to work this time, then I will just have to say that it wasn't able to solve the second part of the problem, even though the first one worked on the second try. So it wasn't that bad. Although you cannot trust the result. So if you didn't know that the result is incorrect, you could think that what we got first time was correct, and that's definitely not the case. So yeah, ChatGPT still has ways to go on improving its precision, and I think the problem, something that's surprising to me in general in these problems is that ChatGPT is not trying to test or validate its solution on the small example in the description of the problem, which is what I'm doing when I'm writing the code. I first try it on the small example and then try to implement it for the big input that's provided for me specifically, which helps me usually to find the issues, the bugs that I didn't notice originally. And that's what ChatGPT is not doing, and that might be actually one of the problems that is causing it to trip across small differences in the small discrepancies of what it understands from the description of the problem and the description itself, and that causes trouble when it tries to solve the problem. So let's go. Let's see if there's something that you can do. But so far not, doesn't seem promising. It tries to now make the algorithm more and more complicated, and as a result it doesn't find any path at all. So okay, so it seems that ChatGPT was not able to solve this problem today, or at least not both parts, but it went in the right direction, just wasn't able to figure out a proper algorithm as a whole. So maybe next year it's going to be more capable of this. So thank you again for joining this session, and please subscribe if you want to get notified about future videos. I will continue, hopefully with Advent of Code 2023 to finish it, and I will also publish new videos on .NET, on cross-platform application development and more. So subscribe and get notified, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.